The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play.
Murray's going to keep this himself on the RPO. This one caught by Isabella. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Andy Isabella, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Lutz will look to add the extra point. And it is now 21-0. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
I'm going to run you over. I'm going to run you over.
Here's 2nd and 8. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 27 yards there, a 1st down.
1st down, Dublin.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 49-yard line. Now back to throw. Flush down right. Going to throw right side here, complete. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Not much there, maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
33. Watch the ship. Watch the ship.
21-0 our score after 1.
Raiders 21, Antlers nothing.
Hey, hold on. 33. Hey. 6. Ship 33. Here we go.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Vita Vea breaking through to get the sack.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
And a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. The ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it can be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, they held him to a short gain on that one, and it almost felt like on that first run, they were trying to just throw the jab at him. So how do you stop a jab? Get closer and smother it, just as they did on that last play.
He's going to rifle one deep left side. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Andy Isabella was the intended target, and it'll bring up third down.
Fans do love the long ball, don't they? And he already found his guy once. Tried to give him another chance there, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Couldn't connect, but as you alluded to, he does have that touchdown from earlier, trying to keep him in the rhythm. After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
Hey, check Mike 21, Mike 21, check Mike 21. Hey, here I come, here I come, here I come, here I come. Let it go.
Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. The pickup goes for 16 and a Raider first down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Hey, check Mike 21, Mike 21, check Mike 21. Watch the run, watch the run, watch the run. Watch twist, watch twist.
Now Murray throwing on 2nd down. Taking a shot for Samuel. And the defense loses him. It's complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Curtis Samuel, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Lutz with the extra point. And the rout is on here in this first half. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
At their own 17-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
He's got a man, complete, past the 20, and he will take it in for the touchdown. A big play there, 83 yards. As they are now on the board here in the first half.
I'm not sure that they have illusions right now of, okay, we're going to score 8 times in a row, we're going to be terrific. But to get one, that was huge for them. That has to feel much better right now.
And you do have, we're still in the first half. You do have the entire second half. There's something about that goose egg that just looked bad on that board, but now they've broken it.
Yeah, broken through. Can they maintain the pace? We'll see as we go along.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. A big play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Boy, the action just coming fast and furious right now. If you got up to go get a drink from the fridge, You picked the wrong time. 2 long touchdowns.
Yeah, and that's how you answer a one-play drive with a one-play drive of your own. And you're exactly right. If you step away from the action, my dad took me to a Major League Baseball game when I was 8. I needed to go to the bathroom. Of course, while we're in the bathroom, grand slam home run.
Well, it tends to happen that way, doesn't it?
Yeah, my dad still hasn't forgiven me.
Let's go.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time, the formula was pretty simple. One-play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one-play drive is exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was fairly easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here.
Watch the screen, watch the screen, watch the screen, watch the screen, watch the screen.
They'll drop to throw. And he finds a man on a crossing route. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Set, ready. 15 Lonnie, 15 Lonnie. Hey, me and you all day, all day. I'm coming after you.
They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. It's a 1st down following a gain of 3.
At first glance, I thought he just used his size in order to win the route, but he also had a little subtle move in there as well. Made the defender think he was going one direction and was able to track the ball in another.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
I'm coming. I'm coming.
They'll set up a throw. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 46. On play action, they'll throw. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And oh, it'll be intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals, and if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
On 1st down, Dobbins. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
That was a really nice play, able to stack that one up. When they get back in the huddle, he's got to tell his guys up front, great job. They kept people off of him, allowed him to run free, and make the hit on the runner.
Filled the gap nicely, kept him to just a 1-yard gain. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join, who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now.
Now that's the way you want to start a drive. Talk about a tone setter as well as a playbook opener. Now if you want to take a big shot over the top, you're all positioned to do so.
Ready? Base.
Yeah. Tight as Ringo. Tight as on the Ringo. Tight on the Ringo. Three down. Whip. Watch the whip. Go. You got motion man.
That's it.
You got motion man right there. Hey, no, look, we got Mike 50, huh? Hey, tighten down.
Third and 2, and here's Murray. Looking deep downfield. And that's caught inside the 35. And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line. Well, that certainly changes things.
Yeah, I think the thought process is they take this lead into the locker room, run something simple here and run the clock out. Instead, they get the big play. Now they have a chance to increase what they've done in the first half.
A first down run not going to get them a whole lot. Maybe a yard. Yeah, it looks like just 1 yard there. So that'll bring up 2nd and 9. Now a give, right side. It's Armstrong. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. When this offense gathers to watch the tape, they're going to like a lot of what they saw. They put up big numbers, but they might fast forward through that last play.
Oh, there won't be any fast forwarding, partner. I've sat in those sessions before. You end up spending more time on the bad plays than you do on the good ones. It's just the nature of coaches. But I know sitting in that room, when you've had a big game, the night that they've had, you don't want to hear that. You just want to focus on the good stuff.
Ready? 50, Mike's 50. Come on.
Showing eight.
Squeeze.
52.
To throw on 3rd down, Murray. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock. They're going for a receiver there. Already has 1 touchdown to this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored 1, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost. And they're sitting pretty now as the lead grows even further. Still a little bit of time left here in the second quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that. And we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
At their own 29-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Time here for likely 1 play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'm going to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29.
65.
They'll throw now on the final play. Space to maneuver at the 40. They will find Davis. That's complete. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is fielded at the goal line. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
First down and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. He'll look to throw. And he's got his man on the out route. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 7 yards there and a first down.
Pick up the ball. Yo, motion. Mike 52.
Hey, watch the lane.
Now a first carry for their fullback. A gain of 3, second down.
Good solid gain on first down, about what you'd expect from the big guy carrying the ball.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 46-yard line.
Let's go now. 33. Pittsburgh. 33.
Rip left.
Wahoo.
Mike check 33.
It's our time, guys. It's our time. Hey, check Mike.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw.
Let's go,
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass.
Single.
Back to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's King. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 44-yard line.
But we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the number 1 receiver double covered. But how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a first down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
Looking to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was trying to get it to his running back, Alvin Kamara. And it's second down.
Well, touch and time are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Check curls. 49. Check 49. 49.
Now, go. Mike check 33. Watch the screen.
2nd and 10. He'll let this go for the end zone. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. He'll drop to throw. And that's incomplete. Rocky Sin, a rookie second-rounder from Temple, there to make the play.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on third down.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third quarter as he'll go for it on fourth down. They'll set up to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 19, and he'll return it to the 24-yard line.
Interception all day, baby. Yeah.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Again, they'll run with Ingram. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Give him a first down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. That led to a really nice game.
They try and run on first down, but to no avail. Tackled for a 2-yard loss in the backfield. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 12.
At the 46-yard line.
Set, hut. Hey, Lobo.
5-5-5. All right, T, let's go. All right, T. Check 3, check 3, check 3.
They'll keep it on the ground. Armstrong. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized.
Check 31, check 31. Check safety, check safety.
Play fake. Murray. Eluding the pressure right. He wants it all for the end zone. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss him? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
At their own 14-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point.
Set. 36 the outlaw.
Danny. Check.
Straight stone. Travel.
Check 9.
They run it again with Kamara, and they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments.
We got this.
They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
Now, that's absolutely frustrating for a defender. Had a chance to get him on the ground before he got to the sideline, but what great vision and understanding where he is on the field as he headed for the marker and picked up the first down.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
First down, Dublin.
Let's go now.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Switch up.
Check three, check three. 64. Weak.
From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the runs. I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got to just pin their ears back and get after him now.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on. Third down.
It's third down and 6 yards to go.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Man out, man out, man out, man out.
Back to throw here. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. Back now here on EA Sports. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair.
Set, ready. 1590. On track.
Hey, check Mike 33. Check it out.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off down near the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long, he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way.
You're right. He talked about being cool, calm, collective, rebounding. Not rebounding right here. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2. They'll keep it on the ground. Armstrong. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of 1, and that's going to lead to a third down.
Let's go. You go tight. You got tight. You got tight. Bang, bang.
They'll try the left side. It's Armstrong. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. That'll bring up 4th. They had the 8-yard gain on first down, but unable to do much from there. The punt team on now is from their end zone. They get it away. Fielded at the 43. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field.
Ready? 33.
Hey, let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's King. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. Well, they completed the pass but lost yardage, so they'll decline the penalty.
Perfect play for them, isn't it? Who needs a penalty? When you try and throw the ball, you don't even get it downfield, and they go ahead and snuff out the play. They'll take that as a result.
They're going to look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down. And this offense on third down today, they've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 11. He'll look to throw. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. 6 yards in the wrong direction that time. Not only that, but it brings up 4th. They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down.
Mike, check 33. 33.
Let's go, tackle. Let's go. We got this. We got this. Hey, check Mike 33.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. The fourth down pass play doesn't work out. And this defense will take over right at midfield. A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. They'll try the left side. Armstrong. And he's got this down to the 35. Give him a first down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Armstrong. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
I know that every now and then we get in those meetings with coaches, and you almost want to roll your eyes when they talk about staying on schedule when they're moving the football. But would you say a 7-yard run is ahead of schedule?
Fourth quarter with the lead, you love that, don't you?
No doubt about it, because staying on schedule is trying to get 4 downs on first down. They did that plus 3.
All day, defense, all day, all day.
He's coming, he's coming, he's coming.
Squeeze.
Double up.
Check.
On 2nd down, Dobbins, and tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
Yeah, baby.
Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. And it's never good to take a sack. You really don't want to take one down here in this part of the field, down near the red zone.
Not at all, because you're already pretty much assured of a field goal. But you take a big sack, it could push you out of range, and that's why defenses get a little more aggressive in this situation. They're almost conceding the 3 points. They want to push you back and try and take you out of that.
Another try after the first down sack. Murray. Oh, he almost had it for the pick. A great chance there for the interception in the end zone. Instead, 3rd down. The Raiders on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This will be 3rd and a mile.
Orbit.
Check. Check 50, check 50.
Murray with a 3rd and long. And that will be incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. He made his first, this from 47 yards out. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. Following the made field goal, Lutz to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that, and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team, and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on. Get it done, and maybe we can look at that.
And down he goes. Brought down a Raiders sack.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never play their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury.
Set, ready. 15 on it.
They'll look to throw here. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Pulled in at the 24. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row. They were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. We know these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well.
Ready.
Mike 55, Mike 55. 80 weapons. Defense, keep it up, guys.
They'll run on first down. Dobbins. And he's taken down inside the 30. Give him a first down. 15 yards that time for the Raiders. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Oakland, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the San Francisco 49ers. Meanwhile, for our visitors, they'll drop down to 1-3, and they'll get a chance